Hey, everybody. How's it going? It's Brian. I'm just sitting out here. This is my little cement area where I live. This is where I'm allowed to be outside, and it's such a nice day that I thought I'll do this outside. So this week, we're not doing anything special for this video. It's just going to be a couple announcements. I wanted to check in and let you guys know what's going on and kind of just update you on the situation. First thing that I wanted to share with you is that I was granted my parole, which is awesome, which means I'll be getting off the ankle monitor September 16th. They should be taking it off. So I'm looking forward to that. I got about a month and a half or so to go until that date. And they'll be taking it off. I'm going to try to make a video. I'm going to see if they'll let me film taking it off. If they'll allow me to do that in there. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't, but whatever. We'll see. So that'll be super exciting. That's cool because it's going to be right around the 1-year anniversary of this channel starting as well. The actual 1-year anniversary from the first day that I posted my first video is August 19th, I believe. So it's a little bit earlier than that, about a month before. But oh well, we're closing in on about a year. And that's crazy because the other thing I wanted to say that's really cool is that very unexpectedly, we passed 10,000 subscribers in the first year, before the first year, which is insane. I could have never expected that. I had some goals written down that I made quite a while ago, and I was looking back at them, the goals that I wrote out, and one of them was to get 1,000 subscribers before a year of this channel. And it's funny because when I made that goal, I was thinking there's no way that it's actually going to happen. I thought I was way overshooting, but I thought, hey, whatever, shoot high, and hopefully we'll see if we can get to 1,000 by the end of the year. That's really cool that we passed 1,000 and actually made it past 10,000. So that is just super exciting. So thank you all for being a part of that. Very cool, very exciting. And it's motivated me very much to keep going with this thing, even after I get off of the house arrest. Obviously, I want to start doing bigger and better things, which leads me into a couple other announcements. One thing I forgot to mention last week is that I have an interview that I did on another channel. It's Matthew Cox's True Crime channel. I did an interview on that channel, and I just wanted to let you guys know if you care to watch it. It's about a 2-hour long interview. I'll link it down in the description. In that interview, I kind of talk about my whole story from beginning to end, which I realize I've never actually covered on this channel completely. So there's some new things on there that you haven't heard me talk about here. I think I might make some videos coming up here before I get off house arrest where I kind of go into some of those stories in a little more detail than I did even there. But if you're interested in that, I'll link it in the description. You can go ahead and go watch that. I've got some other interviews coming up that I'll let you know about. Both interviews on other people's channels and podcasts and people that I'm going to be having on this channel. So that's going to be fun, kind of expanding a little bit with the content here. You know, sometimes I run out of things to talk about. I'll get to the end of the week and I'll be like, I don't have anything to say this week, and I don't really want to just post anything, which is what I've been doing a little bit because I kind of have this commitment to posting once a week on Mondays. Which is also another thing I wanted to mention is that I'm going to kind of let myself off the hook on that. Like I said, I don't want to waste anybody's time and just be posting videos for the sake of it. I know that some of you watch regardless, and I don't want to waste your precious time. So I kind of want to wait till I have something to say. So I'm going to kind of let myself off the hook on that. And so I won't be posting regularly every Monday from now on. Sometimes it'll be a little less often, sometimes more frequently, depending on what I have going on. I'm just going to try that out, and I've been afraid of doing that because I don't want to get in the habit of not posting. So we'll see how it goes. I want to see if I can just let the content that I have and the things that I have to talk about drive the posts instead of just the schedule. Maybe that won't work, and maybe I'll start posting less frequently, and if that happens, then I'll kind of get back on the schedule and see if I can just get more focused on creating valuable content regularly instead of like waiting for it to pop into my head, because that might be a recipe for posting less, which is what I don't want to do. Wow, they were hauling through here. I also wanted to mention my phone thing, my little phone challenge that I did where I completely stopped using my phone for the week. It went really well, and I really liked it, probably a lot more than I'd even hoped. So I think I'm just going to keep doing that. I really find that using my phone too much is something that really devalues my kind of the way that I sink into my moments throughout each day. So I want to limit my phone use still. I don't want to just go back to what I was doing. So I'm going to continue to not use it pretty much all the time. I think I'll allow a few other people in, like just close family and people that I'm actually in contact with in the physical world as well, because sometimes it's just not practical to not be communicating with them. So we're going to just tone it down a lot and limit the people that I'm using my phone with for now. Yeah, so it's just, as I mentioned in the last video, I think it's just something that we've kind of accepted in our culture where we're just kind of attached to these things, and we don't really stop to realize how much they can really be taking away from our just the value of our moments, right? The constant distraction is actually a lot more degrading than I think we tend to give it credit for. So I'm gonna continue to do that. So oops, here we go. I got this little gimbal thing too. See, whoop, can control it from down here. Pretty cool. So also check out the shirt, Kyle Kirch. That's my friend who makes a lot of music and writes a lot of amazing music. I also have a new shirt on because it's funny, somebody else, a friend of mine told me that they read a comment a few weeks ago that it said something like, does this guy ever wear a different shirt? Because I always wear like the same one or two shirts in my videos. And so I was like, all right, I'll put on a different shirt for you for that comment, I guess. But the other thing you have to realize about me is that I'm also very, very minimalist, and I actually only have a couple of shirts. So that's my thing, okay? That's my minimalist thing, is that I don't have a lot of stuff. I don't have a lot of superfluous stuff, and I'm serious about it. And so that means also not having a huge fancy wardrobe or even a very extensive wardrobe of any kind. So I just thought that was funny. And the other funny thing about that is the friend that mentioned it to me also bought me a new shirt. So I have another new shirt that I'll wear next week. I just thought that was hella funny. I hope whoever left that comment is watching this now, so they can so they can hear what I have to say about it. But thank you for your comment. I appreciate you pointing that out, because it's true. I don't have a lot of shirts. I don't have a lot of anything. All right, I don't have much more to say this week than that. It's just been so cool hanging out with you guys on these videos and interacting with all of the people who have been watching this channel. It's been just completely game changer for me being on this whole house arrest isolation situation. But over the next month and a half or two until that date, September 16th, when I'm supposed to be getting this thing off, I'm going to kind of just sort of wind down and kind of detach a little bit and go a little bit more solo in just my day-to-day routine, which I really like. I just want to really give myself this chance to sort of process this whole last 3 years that it's been since I've been able to just roam around freely. I want to process that time, and I want to give myself a chance to really dig into what it meant to me and refocus and re-engage for the next part of this journey. You know, as I get more options of what I can do, I don't want it to just be I don't want to just start adding a bunch more superfluous stuff that I'm engaging in, that I just, I want to be really careful about how I spend my time, even when I'm allowed to spend it more or less however I want. I'll still be on parole when I get off of the ankle monitor for another year and a few months. I think my whole case expiration date, the what's it called, my projected expiration date of my entire sentence and when I should be getting off of parole is right now set at January 1st, 2026. So I will still be kind of stuck in Reno, I think, for a little while longer. I haven't talked to them about what it looks like to maybe interstate compact, it's called, where you can move your parole to another state. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what reasons you need to have for that, or if you can just ask to do it for any reason. I was thinking of maybe seeing if I could move, because Reno's not my place. This is kind of just where I've been stuck because of this sentence. So I've been kind of playing with the idea of whether will be possible or not to move my parole to finish that off in either Tahoe, where I'm from, which is right near here, or even going out to possibly Indiana, where my sister and her husband now live. So we'll see about all that stuff. But for now, I'm going to be, kind of in the Reno area, I think, for a little while at least. So that's about it. That's what's going on. Again, I just really appreciate everyone who has been hanging out with me and supporting this channel and supporting what I've been talking about here. I really appreciate it. This has been a learning experience, right? This whole sobriety thing is kind of new to me too. Like I've been talking about on the channel, this has been the first real period of sobriety in my whole adult life. So, I also just wanted to mention that all the things that I talk about on this channel, I kind of heard this said on another channel, and it struck me as relevant, and what I should also subscribe to here is that everything I say here is just me kind of exploring this new place of sobriety. I'm finding my own way, finding my own path, and I'm figuring it out as I go, and I say what's on my mind a lot for the time being, but everything I say is just me, dealing with myself, and, I'm not really trying to tell anyone else how they should run their program, their sobriety, their, however they're getting through the tough things in their life. This isn't like a prescription to anybody. This is only a prescription to myself. And as I go along, I'm figuring out what works and I'm figuring out what doesn't. And my ideas are liable to change. All I know is that what I'm doing now is working for me. It's been working for me up to this point. I feel really lucky to feel so on the other side of this thing. It's been 3 years, but I have been in captivity this whole time, so it might be just an artificial state. We'll see, but I suspect that what I'm doing that's working for me is really working for me. I find that I'm not struggling a lot like a lot of other people are that I talk to, as far as just kind of always thinking about drugs, having cravings and stuff like that. I just don't experience that right now. And I'm really fortunate, I feel, to be in that mindset. And so and because I'm experiencing that, I feel like I'm kind of pointed in the right direction for me, But, everything I say here, whatever I say in past videos, it's liable to change, as I learn new things. And so this channel is just kind of me sharing my experience with all of you, and hopefully some of it maybe is helpful. So whatever I say here is just take whatever you think sounds helpful for you and discard anything that doesn't. Not one way works for everybody. In fact, there's probably a different way for each different person as far as getting through this whole thing that is serious addiction goes. So for those of you who have found some of the stuff I've said here helpful, that's wonderful. For those of you who completely hate everything I say here, then that's fine, leave a nasty comment and then move on, I guess. But I'm just doing what works for me, and hopefully sharing some things that might work for other people. That's really what I'm all about here. And hopefully I'll be doing it for a while into the future and staying on track. So I just appreciate you guys just being along for the ride and being so supportive, those of you who've been watching and have been so supportive. And that's all I have to say for this week. The song of the week, we're going to do since I have the shirt on, Kirch song. There's a song called My Ghost Is Back that he wrote. That's a beautiful song that we actually recorded in the Smiles for Miles studio, just inside where I do all my videos. We did a few recordings of a few songs of his there a couple weeks ago, and I think he just posted My Ghost Is Back one, and that's my favorite one of the three that we did. I like all three of them a lot, but hopefully he'll have all three of them up soon. As soon as I send him the last one. But so that'll be the song of the week. I really like it, and it'll be cool to watch. I'll link it in the description because you'll see that it's right inside where I do all my other videos. So I was fortunate enough to have him come down and get to capture that moment of him playing those songs. All right, guys, have a great week. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much for everything. All right, let's get out of here. It's getting too hot.